Last year Edge created Judgment Day not knowing what it was, and weeks later they kicked him out just because it's the feud that never ends. Yes, it goes on and on, my friends. We thought it ended back at Extreme Rules when Rhea said, Beth, I'm gonna cave your head in feud that never ends. Yes, it goes on and on, my friends. It should have ended at the Rumble because then it went to Elimination Chamber feud that never ends. Yes, it goes on and on, my friends. The year will be 2035 and the world will be radiated, yet it will be the feud that never ends. Yes, it goes on and on, my friends. 40 days until WrestleMania 39, and my fucking goodness, if this is any indication of what we're in store for, it's gonna be a long 40 days and 40 nights with the feud that never ends. I'm Charles Rant with my review of WWE Raw from Ottawa, Canada. Goodness me, if it wasn't for Sami Zayn, this show would have been a total goddamn loss. I mean, WWE at this point, their premium live events will succeed despite the television being up and down all around. Come on, defense, work. I felt bad for the Ottawa fans because they had a few moments to really get invested in the show and then got totally taken out of it. Anyway, Chamber recaps. This is the show right after the Elimination Chamber. So Zayn gets a big pop. He's feeling a lot of feelings. He can't fight this feeling anymore. He forgot what she started biting for. The judge told me that I wasn't allowed to talk about that. Anyway, moving on. So, you deserve a chance, all that. He feels like a failure because he didn't win, but, he really did want to win. He felt guilty. He feels guilty. He just feels like he let everybody down. I mean, he didn't. The story is not over. It will never be over, Ole Anderson. It will never be over. So anyway, the final chapter. Owens, come on out here. I got to talk to you. So Owens comes out. Well, it'll never be over between us. It will never be over, Ole Anderson. Anybody that gets that reference, I love you guys. And Owens basically, just kind of was looking snide at Zayn, and Zayn said, I can't do it, you can't do it, we gotta team up to take down the Bloodline. The Bloodline must be eradicated in order for Imperium to implement the final nope. Imperium's on the other show, and I can't say that. But, basically Owens says, I did what I did for my family because they saw me get beat up at the Rumble, and it took you forever to help me out. And I also did so your family didn't have to see that. But I said I was done with you months ago, and I can take out the Bloodline all on my own. And there you go. And if you need help taking down the Bloodline, ask your friend Jay. Ooh. They have a few weeks until Mania, and I get why they didn't immediately hotshot it. You only have 5 weeks of television. 40 days. 40 days. You really need to start setting this card in stone really, really quickly. Like, there's a couple matches that are pretty much locked in. 2 nights of WrestleMania at SoFi Stadium. They really, really need to put the pedal to the metal on this shit. But I get why they're waiting at least a week or 2. So anyway, unfortunately, actually, even this part I didn't mind. Barry Corbin runs down, attacks Sami. Then we go to break. We get officials trying to break up all this, and Adam Pearce is trying to make sure Sami's okay and get Corbin back. And then Corbin gets on the mic during the, when they come back from break, calls Sami a failure, and then Sami rushes the ring. And Pearce says, hey, go ahead and do that. So then Sami and Barry Corbin have a match. We go 2 minutes in, and 21 minutes into the show, by the way. 21 minutes into a 3-hour show, we had the first match. 2 to 3 minutes later, we go to the break. This is going to be a recurring theme. I mean, I tried to ignore the fact that the matches just get started and they go to the break, and I get they have to do the commercials. They have to do this. They have advertising. All that. I get that. They cannot format this show to get you invested in the match and, holy shit, this guy's down. We'll come back. I know it's live television, but the matches often, just when you're getting invested, nope, we don't fucking care. We don't fucking care. We got to pay. We got to have advertisers. Which makes sense, but it's a give and take thing, but you don't need 15-minute long promos, whether good or not. Good, bad, or indifferent. And boy, are we going to get to a bad one later. Anyway, the crowd was behind Sami. Corbin is safe and smooth in the ring because I imagine Sami was probably pretty beat up after that, match with Roman. And Corbin put him over. Haluva kick, 1, 2, 3. Makes sense. And Byron then sits down with Rhea and unfortunately Dominic. Rhea says she is going to prove Charlotte Flair wrong. Dominic says, hey, we should go to SmackDown because my dad's there. Oh, great. Dominic versus Ray. Sign me the fuck up to take a shit during that match. It'll be a better use of my time. Because I won't have to watch Dominic wrestle because Dominic can't wrestle. Nobody wants to see Dominic wrestle. If you think you do, fine. That's okay. So anyway, yeah, I get to see Dominic on my television screen 2 times in a week. I must have destroyed an ancient Egyptian totem. Okay, so recaps of Logan Paul stopping Seth Rollins from winning the Elimination Chamber. Kathy, Kelly, God damn it. Oh, jeez, you want to talk about a perfect woman right there. She's just great. Theory talks about, the Chamber. Talks about Rollins being in his rearview mirror. He's going to face Edge tonight. That match was made official during the press conference dealy that they did after Elimination Chamber. And then Ziggler enters the ring at 5:44. I'm on the West Coast, by the way, just in case you're wondering why I suddenly, use these times that make no goddamn sense when you're on the East Coast or possibly in the UK. And if so, hi, thank you very much for tuning in. Ali and Ziggler had a match. Ali's waiting out his contract at this point. They're making it where he's like a sarcastic, snarky guy where it's like, oh, thank you so much for the opportunity and this. And I like Ali. I'm not saying Ali could ever be WWE champion. They missed out on that opportunity years ago. But goddamn, just because the guy requested his release because you didn't use him at all, give him his release. You released a whole bunch of other fucking people. Anyway, Ali just being full-on sarcastic, and he won with, of course, crucifix, most devastating maneuver in all professional wrestling, surprise roll-up. 1, 2, 3. I don't know why I did that. But anyway, it was more interesting than this. And that's not knocking Ziggler. That's not knocking Ali. There are just so many people directionless in this goddamn company. Miz and Maurice are here. Thankfully, Maurice was not on television that long. Look, I know people like looking at Maurice, and that's fine. She is the gangster of love. There's an envelope where Miz says, this is going to change my life. Cool. I don't know what the hell it is, and I don't care. So, Kathy, Kelly, just looking annoyed by this whole goddamn thing, yet looking amazing at the same time because she's goddamn adorable and beautiful and all that. Moving on, Cody's backstage. And here's presidential Cody Rhodes. Whoa, look. Cody doesn't seem like a terrible individual. He has done a lot of good stuff for charity and a lot of, good PR. He is also dripping with insincerity, and I do not buy any of this shit at all. Yes, the story about winning the title for his dad, okay, that's cool. But Cody said, remember what he said to Heyman recently on Raw. I'm just trying to win a title, and and everyone else is trying to make it personal. I want you to keep that in mind. The same guy that invokes his dad's name, which makes sense, but invokes all that and cries nearly during every goddamn promo he talks about other people making it emotional, or making it personal and everything. But he's getting all emotional and personal, taking everything so personally. Whoa. Heyman immediately interrupts in a neck brace because Owens stunned him. And Heyman at first was doing fine here. This was very awkward. The tragedy of the story is that, the finish will be, will fall on you. You will fail, Cody. You will absolutely fail. If you win, then what? You'll be on the road for 300 days a year. I don't even think Roman Reigns is on the road 300 days a year. I don't even think he's on the road 200 days a year. I'm not knocking Roman, but he's got limited dates. They run a few house shows here and there, but they don't run nearly as many house shows as they did, in large part due to the fact that house shows weren't really drawing, and also the pandemic kind of finished off chances of really having huge live attendance, except in pockets. And also you don't run the talents down that much, but you're willing to sacrifice that. Can your family handle that? Your wife, your kid? And then he mentions his wife, and Roman Reigns wouldn't do that because Roman Reigns is a happily married man, but I'm not. I could have sworn that Heyman was married. I thought he had kids. I don't know. I don't care. But he says, I'll keep your wife, I'll keep your wife warm, because we all need that image just to, gross ourselves out and turn ourselves up and never have an appetite again, or never want to have sex at all, never even think about it. And if we think about it, we'll want to flog ourselves like we're Paul Bettany in the Da Vinci Code. One of the Da Vinci Code movies. I don't remember which one because they were all shit. But he says, your own personal nightmare. Anyway, yeah, that Cody just so phony. Undisputed championship. He botched undisputed, but that's all right. Words get botched. But at first, Heyman was fine. And then somebody shared the Kurt Angle clip that he said about Kurt, wanting to have sex with Booker T's wife. I want to have sex with your wife. Didn't you say the rest of it, thankfully? Which actually, now that I think about it, may have not been the best thing considering the racial connotation. But, oh... I mean, I get it, because Reigns isn't there, Heyman is a hell of a talker. They did not strike gold twice. The previous segment they did, though corny, was pretty well delivered. This wasn't. But anyway, Cody's all pissed and walks off. Asuka makes her entrance to 610. We get Seth, Becky, Joker promo. We get Asuka and Nikki Cross. Asuka's been in the ring for 9 fucking minutes. The bell rings, Bianca's music hits, and she goes and sits at the announce table, not even getting on a headset to put over Asuka, talk about herself, twirl her braid, talk about helicoptering with her braid up into the stratosphere. I don't know. They didn't ever say anything. Asuka is very good. Nikki is not bad in the ring, but Nikki is damaged goods. She doesn't mean anything anymore. An apron bump, the hardest part of the ring, by the way. 90 seconds in, we go to the break. And then she kept kicking her in the boobies. Then an armbar wins it. And Kathy Kelly with Carmella. Carmella wants to challenge Asuka. Anything that writes Carmella off of television, at least as far as an in-ring competitor standpoint, I'm for it. Seth Rollins says, Logan Paul, the joke's on you. You are the joke. I will make you the joke. Ha 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 ha. Whoa, 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 whoa. He zeroed in on Miz, and then he will focus on Logan Paul. Logan Paul versus Seth Rollins at Mania. Mania 39 is not looking all that great. So, recaps of Bork and Lashley and all that stuff and everything, and the referee taking a hell of a goddamn bump. Actually, 2 bumps. MVP says, hey, Bork, somebody else has a challenge for you. Here's Edward James Olmos. This has got to be a red herring, because why on earth would Edward James Olmos get a Mania spot? Nobody likes Edward James Olmos. Nobody wants to see him in the ring because he's not any good. I'm sure he's nice, but he has no business being in the ring, especially in a Mania spot. Remember, they did that with him and Lashley last year. Remember how good that was? Yeah, it wasn't. So, whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. You can tell my heart's not really in this one, guys. I'm sorry. Seth and Miz had a match. Remember when they opened up Backlash 2018 really hot, and actually it was a really good goddamn match? This was roughly a third of that, or about half of that. It was fine. It was given the most time, I think, out of any of the matches that we saw, or we've seen so far. And Miz angers Seth with a volley of repeated strokes to the head, and then also about mentioning Logan Paul, and then he gets beaten about and stomped 3 times, and the referee calls it referee stoppage. Okay, I thought they were going to go with Seth being DQ because he didn't listen to the referee. They would have been that stupid, but nevertheless. And then Pierce says, hey, Carmella, you want to face Asuka and die next week? Have fun. Chelsea Green calls Pierce. She's in Ottawa, Illinois. Hold on, Lady Driver coming through. That guarantees that almost no women will be watching this. This Chelsea Green gimmick is terrible. Maybe that's the idea, but it's just not very interesting. And then Bronson Reed shows up to stop Gable and Otis from making more bad, or doing more bad comedy. He challenged Gable, he could challenge Otis, he could challenge the giant mirror behind him, and I wouldn't have cared. Thanks for making me not care about Bronson Reed. Thanks, Triple H, you fucking non-genius, stupid son of a bitch. The whole Papa H thing is weird. Please stop that. You guys are weird. Sorry, I know all about being weird. If I'm saying something's weird, then there's something a little bit wrong. Speaking of wrong, Scream 6. Ghostface takes Manhattan. Look, this does not look very good. I will be seated for opening day because I already bought my ticket because why the hell not? Unless I'm snowed in, then I'm just going to end up watching it. Ding dong, hello with Io and Dakota, and Jesus Christ, Io, God, please moonsault me feet first, berate me in Japanese, I don't care. I don't have issues, you have issues. Okay, they basically put each other over, talking about the tag title reign, 100 days, we're going to do another 100 days, another 100 days. Here's Becky, all in leather. That's a good visual. And she mentions how those titles haven't been defended in so long, there's cobwebs and spiders and other things, oh my. Hey, I need a tag partner. Lita showed up. You know, it's funny, actually. People make fun of the fact that Lita's old. I mean, yes, and Lita is up there in age, I guess, statistically, if you want to talk about numbers, but Lita can still go. Lita's kept herself in pretty good goddamn shape and did pretty good against Becky just last year. And also, I don't know why people are making, why people on Twitter were talking about Lita's age, because you have somebody like Zoe Stark in NXT that was there for Lita's debut in ECW. Hell, she saw the first women's wrestling match ever. It wasn't even sanctioned. It was just two cave women fighting over a particular guy, and then the meteor hit and stopped the dinosaurs. Why do I make age jokes about Zoe? What did she do? So anyway, they're basically going to face each other. They're going to have a tag title match. Okay. Tag title match of Mania. Or so I thought. So, they, Damage Control looked a little bit upset that Bayley made the match official. Candice wants to know why Nikki is upset. I want to know what love is, but I'm not a foreigner. All her friends are gone and she's scared. Maybe, is that what she said? I tend to tune out a lot of things that Candice says. I also don't care about this thing between Candice and Nikki. Here comes Bronson. What did you do to Gable? I squashed him. You what? Well, now I'm going down to Maxine Otis's shop to fix Otis. Anybody that gets that reference, I love you guys. It was a terrible reference. Gable showed off some good strength, even hitting a nice German, because Gable can work. He has never fucking win, but he can work. And Bronson won. Oh, Maxine also showed up. And Graves did say one line that actually made me laugh. We know that Otis is easily distracted by snacks. Well, anyway, Otis is going to be part of Maximum Male Models because, you know, we need that bullshit. Triple H will pay for his sins against wrestling. I don't care if that was around before Vince left. Repackage them. Not fire them. Repackage them. This is stupid. This is bad for wrestling. This is a bad gimmick for wrestling. Otis and Gable are going to split up. Maybe Gable will leave. Maybe Gable will leave and be featured elsewhere, better, for comparable money, and be allowed to wrestle and actually win. So anyway, the small stuff is stupid is what I wrote down. Elias then mentioned how he's a legend. Nobody will come out and face him. And then he will not be disrespected. Lashley comes out and does exactly that by beating him around. And then there you go. No one beats the Hurt Lock, and that he will not be disrespected. I'm sorry. Well, Elias didn't want to be disrespected, and then Lashley disrespected him because he doesn't want to be disrespected. Disrespecttion on a pole match. Vince Russo has struck again. So what are we getting? Are we getting Bobby Lashley versus Bork? What are we getting? Please give us that. Do not give me Bray versus Bobby versus Bork. Do not give me Bray versus Bork. Do not give me Bray versus Bob. My point is, do not give me Bray. I don't want to see this. Thankfully, that wasn't on the show. So maybe that's why the show didn't seem all that bad. Also, there was a massive windstorm going on that's still going on right now, so maybe I was just slightly distracted. So we have the women's tag title match next week. Okay. Watch them have Becky and Lita win and then face Ronda and Shayna for the tag titles. That way we get Becky and Ronda. So, anyway, Candice and Piper, Bork answering Omos's challenge, and Asuka versus Carmella. If that match is not 5 minutes with Asuka basically destroying her, then it's pointless. Byron interviews Edge. Judgment Day is going to interfere. Bray's going to interfere. I was right. It was Judgment Day. And So there we go. Theory makes his entrance 7:32. We go to break. And Edge makes his entrance right after they come back from break. Bell rings at 7:40, and Edge and Theory had a decent match. Decent U.S. title match. It's cool that Edge got to wrestle in Ottawa, where he said he had a second match. Theory can work, he just bores me to absolute goddamn tears. He bores the tits off of me and off of a patient that's trying to get breast reduction surgery. And then, eventually, after an execution, it looks like he's setting up for the spear. And then Balor interferes, and then Theory wins, and then Balor hits 3 stomps, and that's it, because it's a feud that never ends. Yes, it goes on and on. My friends. I don't care if you make it Demon Finn and Brood Edge inside Hell in a Cell. I don't fucking care. I don't care anymore. I'm so sick of these feuds. The Judgment Day Edge feud has not been good. Even though they're good workers. Besides Dominic, because Dominic's shit and shouldn't be allowed on television. It hasn't been good for a while. And I don't hate WWE. I hate this fact that they feel stuck in a rut. There are things I'm looking forward to at Mania. There's a pile over here. Boy, do I mean a pile. It's a steamy pile. It's like MXC, if you remember that. Anyway, yeah, that was definitely a Raw that happened. Agree, disagree, what I said, like, share, subscribe, Twitter handle in the description. I'm John Rickland. I'll see you soon.